Google makes the smartest phones in the world. Look deep into specs and you'll be disappointed, but that's because its phones are designed to be helpful, even magic if you really want to take Google's marketing literally. The idea being that Gemini, and by extension your phone, knows everything what's going on, what the context is, offers suggestions, fixes, answers. But what if Google went beyond smartphones and did this on your computer? Forget Chromebooks, this is the Googlebook, and there's a lot more going on than just this, so let's talk about what Google announced at the Android show. Hey guys, I'm Ryan Thomas, and there was a lot going on, but the thing that stands out to me, surprise surprise, is the hardware, and in particular the computer that looks to be taking advantage of Microslop and Bintel's PR nightmares, taking the magic marketing and creating a computer that, much like its Pixel phones that have seen a recent popularity boost, strives to be useful and to genuinely impact the user experience, as opposed to one that tops the benchmark charts and boasts insane specifications. Now, much like the Chromebooks that have been around for over 15 years now, Googlebooks aren't going to be made by a single manufacturer. You're not going to get the Googlebook or the Pixelbook or the MacBook. You'll instead, much like Chromebooks, get different sub-partners and brands working on these machines, the likes of Dell, HP, Lenovo, Acer, but Google has explicitly said that every Googlebook, sorry, it's going to take me a while to get used to that. Every Googlebook will be built with premium craftsmanship and materials coming in a variety of shapes and sizes. You'll know it's a Googlebook by the unique glow bar. So no, these aren't going to be those bargain bin free phone contract chuck-in $150 plastic Chromebooks. They're actually going to be built way better and likely cost a fair whack more, though we have no real indication of the pricing. And well, that's pretty much all we know about the hardware, because at this stage it was entirely focusing on software, which makes sense if you've been following up to this point. The key word for this whole thing: context. It looks like everything you do here is on a computer designed for Gemini. Designed for essentially just a tarted up Clippy. Okay, maybe there's a little bit more going on than that, but it starts with the cursor, which Google is calling the magic pointer. It's contextual, it picks up on what you're doing, what's on your computer screen, and transforms to match the situation. You can wiggle it to bring up Gemini suggestions based on what's on the screen, what the cursor is pointing at. In a way, this is kind of what a lot of us really envisaged computers would be, sort of 10-15 years ago, something where all the thinking is done by the machine, whether that's a good thing or a bad thing. By the way, if you enjoyed the content we make here, then please do consider hitting subscribe to help us hit our goal of 500,000. Thank you very much. The Googlebook software seems to go even further than that, with the ability to create full custom widgets based on context on the screen. The example that Google gives is bringing together flights, hotel information, restaurant reservations, and a countdown clock for a family reunion. Again, with Google having so much access, stuff like Gmail, Google Drive, Google Calendar, and Photos, it can take those elements, those applications, run it all and bring it together into an easy to read summary, something that everyone can have easy access to. Very interesting for some, but I'm sure to others this will be a little creepy. Google showed off the ability to run an app on your phone, then basically instantly and seamlessly view it and interact with it on your computer screen. No need for an emulator or an external app, it's all built in. And instead you can just continue what you're doing from your phone on your computer. Sounds pretty useful to me. Moving on from that, Android Quick Share's intercompatibility with iOS AirDrop is being expanded beyond just the Pixel to Samsung, Oppo, OnePlus, Vivo, Xiaomi, and even Honor, which is fantastic to see. For those who are looking to share files between ecosystems, this is fantastic news. I've personally used a third-party app called Blip over the past few months, but perhaps I won't even need to use that anymore. Google has also gone pretty hard on the creator stuff this year. As you may know, Samsung and Vivo now have the APV video codec for the high bit rate, high quality video, very much a competitor to Apple's ProRes. I found it's actually pretty good, specifically on the Samsung and the Vivo. I found actually their pro video quality is really up there with the iPhones. But sadly, this is not an announcement that we're going to get APV on the Pixel or anything else. More so that Google is saying that the Snapdragon 8 Elite series powered phones this year will come with that feature as well. Probably the biggest one for me though in the whole creator little slot they had going on is the new screen reactions feature coming, which will essentially give you a screen recording option to include a front-facing video to be added to it in real time, but with a smart cutout so that your face and your body is the only thing in the frame. Basically, without the need for a green screen, it will remove the background. This is so you can record a clip onto your phone of you reacting to something, and it's built into the software. It has been available on third-party apps for a while, but this is all going to be built in. Now, I'm no reaction creator, but I'm really intrigued about the technology behind this and how Google will manage to get this done. Is the mat going to be created on device with an on-device AI model? Will you have to send it to the clouds to be processed, much like Video Boost? Google says this feature will be rolling out first to Pixel devices in the summer. So will more Android makes eventually get it? I don't know. This one is something I'm personally staying tuned for. And then there was a recent update that allowed third-party app makers to take full advantage of the hardware and advanced image processing of the first-party camera tools in their apps. It looks like Meta is the first to react to this, with Instagram now able to post HDR content, much like what the iPhones have been able to do for a while. Video stabilization has also been added for smoother video motion, and night sight has also been integrated, which is really handy. So this is a step forward in trying to equate and match the Google Pixel and other Android cameras inside third-party social media apps with the iPhone that's kind of been the king of that for a very long time now. I'm sure millions of people are going to be delighted with this change. Fans of software UI in cars, not me, can rejoice because Android Auto and cars with Google built in, which yes are two apparently separate things, are being treated to a design refresh, pulls in a lot of the elements of Material 3 Expressive that we've seen and enjoyed on the Pixel phones and the Pixel watches as of late. Google is saying that you can now make your dash unique to you with expressive fonts, animations, wallpapers. In certain makes and models, you'll now be able to watch YouTube in full HD 60p when you're stationary, I must add. And when you start driving, videos will then fade into a sort of a background audio only mode, which means you can continue listening whilst you're driving without interruption. And Google Gemini Intelligence can take cues, context from incoming notifications and the like to send a reply with a single tap on the screen. Think of it as your partner's asking how long you're going to be on the trip. Google Gemini sees your trip on maps, sees how long it's going to take to get back, and then can reply for you with a single press on the screen. I can imagine that being quite useful. The Android show was full of Gemini, in computers, on the phone, even in the car. But for me, and I'm sure many of you, it's the Googlebook announcement that really stole the show, with promising signs of a refreshed platform that could genuinely compete with its smart features and contextual adjustments, much like what we've seen in Google Pixel phones and Gemini going on over the past few years. The whole idea seems to be, let's make our tech just more useful. Quality of life improvements seems to be the goal here. Honestly, I cannot be mad at that. This is stuff many of us thought our computers would be able to do sort of 15 years ago. It's taken this long to realise it, just at the cost of computer component prices going through the ceiling. Is this one of the most interesting announcements of 2026? Are Google Books going to be really different to Chromebooks, or is it really just more of a design refresh on the front, on the face of things? Because Chromebooks never really had the best reputation, did they? This one's going to require your feedback and your thoughts, so let me know your opinions in the comment section, and whilst you're down there, be sure to hit like if you enjoyed today's video, and subscribe to never miss another upload on this YouTube channel. Thank you all so much for watching. I've been Ryan Thomas, and I'll catch you later. Cheers.